Yo guys, what's up? It's Inflexxius. So unfortunately your boy dropped to D1. That's because I have a 36% win rate in the last 34 games. I had some bad days, so some of those games were my bad. And then some weren't. So now you guys get to watch me climb out of Diamond, because there's no way I'm allowing myself to end the season lower than Grandmaster. Screw that. So we're up against Pantheon. Level 1, what we want to do is try to dodge his Qs while getting good E-trades off onto him. Auto attack minions to start stacking Grasp. And here, I eat a Q, and I use my E really badly. Auto attack him to proc Grasp and proc his Bone Plating. But yeah, when you go for an E-trade, you want to try to auto attack them, and then use your E. That way all the minions will aggro onto you, and then stack up your E damage for a better E-trade. So here, E's up, and I try to go for another E here, but I'm just doing it really badly. Like, I'll be honest, I'm just cringing the E's. That stutter you guys saw there, by the way, that's not YouTube, that's not even the recording being weird. That's just what I was experiencing in game. So here, we're about to level up, so I woke up here, knowing he's going to W onto me. And then we can go for a quick trade here. Leap away, just barely to dodge the Q, and another stutter. There's only a few more, don't worry. It stops pretty soon. Here I alt tab out, trying to fix the problem. But yeah, at this point, we got a bit messed up by the Pantheon. We can't really walk up anymore, we're too low in health. So we're just gonna let the wave crash into us and collect it. At this point, here's one more stutter, but that's the last one, I promise. So, Pantheon recalls. So we're just gonna farm out this wave here. Slow push this wave so that it can be as close to our side of the lane as possible, so that we can hard shove this wave and try to crash with the minion lead we have. Here Pantheon uses his Q, so I'm just going to jump onto him here, go for a quick trade, and I'm going to back off from him and use the E to hit the minions rather than him, so that I can secure the shove. Now, I don't mind taking a bit of a bad trade there, because I'm going to get my recall off here, and Pantheon can't force the freeze on that big creep wave. Now, Pantheon does walk up here, and stops our back unfortunately. Now, I want to stun him and leap out, but he spaces a bit too well. He flashes after, so it's a bit aggressive. Echoes here to punish the Pantheon for that. Now, in my mind, for some reason, I hallucinated that Pantheon had already used his E, so I jump in there trying to finish him off. And Pantheon just gets the double kill there. If I kept hitting the Pantheon with the Echo there, we would actually have killed him before he got the double kill off, but ay. So here I tried to jump onto the Pantheon to try to get the return kill, but Zac was waiting. And then we almost died, but we lived, thank goodness. So now we're going to get this minion wave, and then hard shove the next minion wave, because if we don't crash this wave before Pantheon gets back, then we are in big trouble, and we do manage to, thank goodness. So I get my chain vest, and start working towards my super secret tech. Well, this is not so much of a secret anymore, to be honest. You guys know what it is. It's freaking Iceborn Gauntlet. But yeah, right now we're just, getting Qs thrown at us while we wait for the wave to crash into us. Pantheon's extending pretty hard here, and we have our Echo here. So we start the all-in on him. Now, at this point, the Echo starts passing the long way around for a second, and I start pinging aggressively for help. I Q to dodge the Pantheon ult here. And then Echo manages to finish off the Pantheon here. So yeah, we recover a bit with that. Not my best early game, I'll admit. But we're recovering. At this point we get our Sheen, because we have just perfect gold for it, and I would usually like to get more defensive items in this lane, but I just had perfect gold for Sheen, so I decided to just go for it. Now at this point Pantheon uses his passive stacks, so we can go for a quick trade here. I should have used my W with the Q there, to get the W damage off. Because there's no way I'm going to get a Q ult or W off onto the Pantheon, right? He's just going to W every time you every time you jump on him. Now there, I wasted my E. I tried to jump on him as soon as he used his ability there, but he was just out of range, unfortunately. He just throws another Q, but that's fine. We can just collect the wave here. So at this point, Zac's taken Herald. So now we need to play super carefully. You can see me pointing him out there, where I'm expecting he's being right now, and wouldn't you know it, he's just waiting to hop over the wall. We managed to ward hop before Zac gets his flash ult though, so that wastes his flash and his ult. Really good stuff. And that shows our team where Zac is, so that means they can take Dragon. Now, I'm actually going to stand inside the minions here to try to bait Pantheon into queuing me, so that it pushes the wave faster. so that we lose less minions. And there we go, perfect. We managed to dodge the Q as well to avoid the damage. Here we dodge this Q as well, huge, dodging the empowered Q. Now, Pantheon without his passive up seems like a good opening to trade to me. Or to try to trade at least. Now he's starting a hard shove here, he's used his stacks again. I go for the Q auto W. I should honestly not go for the Q auto W in that, I should just do the empowered W with the Q. Because there's no way I'll be able to get the auto reset off versus Pantheon, because he should have stunned me immediately as soon as I jumped on him there. Also, yeah, Zack's up here again. But that's fine. He drops the Herald, and I'm not jumping onto the Pantheon here because I'm just assuming Zack is going to be just in the bush. So, just crash the wave and recall. Try to get to our Iceborn Gauntlet. We get the Kindle Gem. Once we get to Iceborn Gauntlet, then we can start actually being functional in this matchup. So we see Pantheon ult mid, so we're going to hard shove the wave here because that means we get some alone time with his tower, right? Look at that. 2 plates, really good stuff, and we get these waves as well. Now we can recall for our Iceborn Gauntlet. Part of the reason why I like building this item so much versus Pantheon is because of the build path, right? It lets you get a Chain Vest in the lane, which helps a lot for the Pantheon's poke. So we're still just getting a chance to catch back up here. And you see, now we can go for a trade here. And he can't really do that much because of the permaslow in the Iceborn Gauntlet. Another thing that makes this item so nice is the fact that if you catch Pantheon in the side lane, he just cannot get away from you. So here, we went toward Zack's jungle, and we saw him on the Grump, so we just take the scuttle off of him before he can secure it, just denying Zack resources, just to get him back for all the times he'd freaking tried to gank us. At this point, I see Pantheon bot lane, so I just push the tower here. And I just start working on the next tower here, because why not? Now, I was not expecting Thresh and Tristana to come top, but I should have. So I just held my Q until Thresh flayed, and then I ward hopped. Because the only way I die there is if Thresh flays me on my leap. So we see my team's doing Dragon. I decide to run down there just to assist the fight. Thresh flashes in, lands a hook on the Draven, and this looks like a team fight, right? This is going to become a team fight, so I just TP in to get there faster. Jump onto the Tristana, burst her. Now we can switch onto the Thresh here and permaslow him. Now we can find the Akali too. And just permaslow her too, she can't get away. She's not looking to get away though, she freaking does a really fancy flash play onto the Soraka there and manages to go 1-for-1. And now this tower is 1 HP, so we can look to maybe take this. Maybe look for a play here. At this point I'm walking up to the Zack, I'm expecting Pantheon to come around the corner. Counter-strike just before Pantheon jumps on us to block his triple tap. And we can keep beating on the Zack here. And he goes down. Now we can force the tower off here. There we go. And now I start my recall, but then I see, you know what? There's another minion wave. Ooh. So I just go for it there. And then Pantheon just comes out of the bush here. At this point I just walk away with Counter-Strike, walk back in for a second to land the stun, and then just leap out. At this point I'm pretty much out. But Pantheon just keeps chasing and goes for the flash. Soraka uses her ultimate there to save me, but I really don't think I needed saving there. So we can just shove out the wave here. Fight's going on up there, but I can't really do anything about that. I needed to shove out the wave, I didn't have enough tempo. So I had to recall there, get my resources, buy my items, back down to bot lane here. Because I want to try to 2-4 this tower here. At this point I back out. I could probably have gone for this tower, but at the time I wasn't certain I could, because I didn't know where their team was, and I had some real trauma from the last few games of mine, because I was getting, like, they were putting a lot of resource into shutting me down. So here you guys see, right, Pantheon can't really get away from you. Now the tower's a bit close to really show off what I mean. And at this point I jump back into the Pantheon. For 2 reasons I shouldn't have jumped into the Pantheon. 1, I didn't realize that I was in execute range, and 2, I didn't realize that I was out of mana. Both of which are reasons to, you know, probably leap out rather than in there. So Pantheon ults in onto our team there. At this point I decide to TP in because they might need me. But Pantheon actually just drops the Echo there. That's really unfortunate. Pantheon's just so good into assassins. So I go into the jungle here to see if maybe I can catch somebody, and would you know it, I managed to get the Pantheon. Flash into the tower for him, and I managed to get out here. Now Tristana is just kind of carelessly beating on the tower here, so I'm just going to punish her for that. Bonk. And she's perma-slowed, she can't get away. She even cleanses, we even get her cleanse. At this point we finish our next item. Now I'm going to run down here to the dragon, because this is probably going to be a fight, right? Pantheon starts TPing in. But I'm ready. I'm ready to freaking tear them to shreds. I'm not scared at all. Like, so I go into the Pantheon here, start beating on him. Make sure to walk in such a way that I'll dodge the Thresh Hook from Fog. And we managed to drop the Pantheon because of the perma-slow. I swear Iceborn Gauntlet is not an okay item. The perma-slow is just so disgusting. And then we get a free dragon. Good stuff. Now, I don't know why Draven is following me down here when Baron's up. I don't know why my bot lane is hovering me when Baron's up. I'm not sure I quite like that. At this point, I wanted to E to clear the wave, but Akali's just kind of chasing at me here. We managed to dodge her first ult with our Q. At this point, we just stun her and I keep walking away. Pantheon ults in, and I'm just going to leave. So that's 2 bot, right? My team immediately identifies that it's time to do Baron off that. Good on them. So I just shove mid wave here to give us the mid prio, and then we just get the Baron off that. So back up to top lane to match the Pantheon. And also because the next objective to spawn is going to be Dragon, and I want to be on the opposite side of that, of the map of that. But it's not going to spawn for a while, but it's still the best play to be top lane here. Now at this point we can just pressure the tower here with this Baron minions. Jump into the Pantheon, combo him a little bit. Zack's coming in to help. We can use our ultimate. I'm not scared of them though, to be honest. Like, I'm just so big and scary at this point. And the longer I keep them here, the better it is for my team, because that lets them pressure mid lane really hard. Right now, our team is sieging mid, so we can just pressure on the side lane here super hard. Now Pantheon's trying to hold the wave so that it doesn't do damage to the tower, but he's losing a lot of health for that. Now I don't want to jump on him because I don't know where Zack is. He could just be, he's probably sitting behind the wall right there looking to engage on me, right? Now I see him in mid, but I didn't see him before. Draven almost drops the Pantheon there, and now we can just force the tower here. The Demolish doing a lot of work. It's especially nice when you go Iceborn Gauntlet. The extra health gives it more value, and it gives you the pushing power you lose from going Iceborn Gauntlet. So, the enemy team is looking for a final engage here. I stun the Pantheon here, just trying to peel my backline, just trying to peel the Vlad. Go into the Tristana to try to finish her off. Okay, Tristana's disengaged. I'm not going to try to chase her, mostly because also the Echo just murdered her. So I'm trying to peel the Vlad again, stun the Akali off the Vlad there. Because I know that if the Vlad lives, then we're just going to win the fight anyway. And also Akali's a perfectly fine target to focus, because she's just a squishy freaking assassin, right? And yeah, at this point, you know, they're aced, and yeah, that's that. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hope to see you in the next one.